Be alive right now, presently. Thus,
We are not. We are offline.
I would hit refresh, my brother.
Haha, we are not offline anymore.
What is the opposite of not? What is the opposite of offline?
Unoffline.
Oh.
It's a technical term.
Let me pop this big boy out, which sounds wrong. Actually, what am I talking about? I'm hosting. I don't need to have Discord. Oh, but I do need to start.
Would be nice. Do what you want, man.
How that working?
Good.
Alright, bear with us on the audio. It could be tricky because we did a bit of a setup, or take it apart, put it back together type dealy.
So how you folks in the chat room world doing today?
Just get my second monitor set up.
Ooh, look at this person fancy with a second monitor.
Whoa.
I really need a second monitor. I gave away my second monitor, and now I don't have two. I have one.
Yes, I did indeed save 3 times. So.
Glad to hear it. Chicken nuggets and whiskey. That's... You know, I can't throw stones. I literally am the worst person to throw stones on that. I've been eating nothing but brisket and eggnog for 5 days.
Yeah, no wonder you can't afford a second monitor.
Hey, to be fair, at $10 a day for like 3 meals, that's pretty good. It was cheap brisket.
Chris, why don't you start us off by telling us about Founders Fire?
I will. The capital city of the Sixfold Principate, a magnificent spiral dominated by the upended metal vessel around which it was built. Embedded nose down in the floor, the sleek metal founder spews unending flame. It has been plundered of most of its valuable technology, and further exploration of its depths are reserved only for the prince's most trusted scientists. Floating above the city at a careful distance from the flames is the prince's personal palace, the Tower of Billowing Silk. A taffeta spiral within the most exquisite pleasures are to be found.
I don't think this is by the people that made Cultist Sim, and also it's like 6 or 7 years old, but a dedicated fan fixed a bunch of stuff so well that they added it and called it 2.0, like the devs added it. Let's submerge ourselves in the color and spectacle. The heave of the city swallows you instantly. Alien beings of unrecognizable aspect glide amongst the crowds, attracting very few second glances. A clucking family of chicken-headed pygmies stream past you, arguing loudly. A man with the hindquarters of a zebra lies in the gutter, one delicate leg bent wrongly, begging for coins. A man with horns and charcoal eyes tries to sell you peanuts. You walk through tiny ghettos, some less than half a street, filled with creatures you've never even heard about. All of them cling to the relics and traditions of their old world. It's dizzying, breathtaking, headache-inducing, Pablo.
The prince's eye. He sits in the window of the Sludge Cup Cafe, a cup of coffee sitting untouched before him, always watching the stream of passers-by beyond the glass. There's only one eye in his hollow face, and it focuses on you as you sit at the table. I am the Prince's Eye, he says. You work for me now. The governor offers you nothing but ashes and lies. Trust me on this. He stares through the window. Look at them, he says bitterly. They don't know what we do for them.
I like it. Anything I can sell, though? Not really. I think I want to hold on to my terrible secrets, even though they're literally lowering my maximum sanity.
I'm sure it's fine.
Rumor has it that one of the prince's hands shall be attending a party at the Grand Estate in Blovia's Boulevard. This would be a perfect time to try to get close to one of the prince's closest advisors. You don't have an invitation, of course, but that shouldn't stop you. It stopped me, The Dolphin Man stares at your forged invite with a look of perplexity that slowly transforms into anger. He demands you get out of his sight before he calls the prince's teeth to haul you away to a dungeon somewhere.
Can you try again?
Not until I visit another place, because the aforementioned fixed my exploit to repeat stuff like that.
No, you don't repeat it. Just have the guy just say you were just here. I just beat on you.
That would be fun.
It's like I just saw you.
I guess I'll sell a terrible secret.
What is sanity doing for you, anyways?
If I get attacked, it's gonna be a problem because my guys will start attacking each other on the deck. So
that sounds like a them problem.
Oh, I have enough money to gather news. The Circle's been trying to summon medical technology, although so far most of their efforts have resulted in useless junk. A vocal critic of the Prince's heart has been found dead, and the Prince's teeth are blamed, though only in whispers. Hang on. We're gonna level our shit up. Actually, hang on. Let me see who I can replace. There's a few people I can replace this time around because I can't do their stuff for a while. He doesn't have a stuff. Can't do his stuff for a while. Can't do her stuff for a while. I can't hire people here? That's some bullshit.
Well, they're all the prince's men, or their teeth. Would you really want them on board?
I don't know, maybe? Oh, damn, fuel's expensive here.
Well, obviously it is. They're burning it to keep the ship, pointed at the ground. How else do you think they make the planet turn?
Alright. What's my weakest stat? Tell us about Bishop Landman, Chris.
Bishop Landman is a medium-sized, soft-voiced, gray eyes, gray suit, graying hair under a gray hat. He's utterly unmemorable that you forget what he looks like as soon as you look away from him, but you could probably describe him that he's boring. He hasn't mentioned the abrasions he suffered recently. He continues to do his job with the same diligent efficiency.
You come across him watering his plant. You don't think you've seen him express affection to any other living thing. Perhaps he wants to talk about it.
His gray eyes light up. Yes, this is a rather peculiar specimen, he says. His voice contains trace elements of enthusiasm. The cactus is the only species of plant to have formed a union. As soon as I forget to water it, it and all nearby cacti will
Cactus,
Cacti will cease photosynthesis in protest. He speaks animatedly about the plant for another 10 minutes and invites you to help him clip its needles and measure its water. Water.
Of course, they're rare in the house, and so less powerful.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Did you just pass out?
What's that?
I said, did you just pass out?
No, why?
Oh, I thought you said you weren't asleep.
No, I said, isn't that sweet?
Oh, I thought you said... I thought you said I wasn't asleep.
Noot, why didn't you want me to roleplay out him talking about his cactus another 7 times?
Gee, I wonder.
It's Bradley Baggs.
Yeah, tell us about Bradley Baggs. You're perfect for him.
He's a fat, round-faced man with glaring eyes, an off-putting monobrow, and a terrible temper. He grunts in annoyance as you approach and bristles his brows in your direction.
Like Homer goes, "No!"
I'm gonna help him sort his files. He's lost something important again.
Oh no, my files! Bradley comes to you with a complaint. Somebody's stolen his copy of the accounts, he claims. They're already drawing up a list of suspects. As he rants about what he'll do to the culprit, you wade into the chaos of his office and begin putting things back on the shelf. The missing file turns up soon enough, buried under a heap of papers and the plate of expired cheese.
Well, it wasn't there when I looked, he insists. Oh, I'm out of apprehensions.
The man is shameful if he has a plate of expired cheese.
A lady in shitty robes is trying to talk to me. Chris, what's that about?
Yes, hello, thank you. She grabs you by the arm and steers you anxiously to a quiet stall in the corner of the station where she buys you a cup of milky tea. I need your help, she says. You'll be rewarded, I promise. I don't have much, but she starts emptying her handbag onto the table, creating a small heap of coins, cigarette packets, and half-eaten tubes of mints. I'll do my best.
Thanks for the sub, dual wielder. Who are you?
My name is Bia, she says. I'm a member of the Summoner's Circle, just an apprentice, to tell the truth. The Circle are a cabal of occultists who specialize in summoning from other worlds. They're probably the single most powerful group in the city, and an apprenticeship is highly coveted.
What help do you need, B? She's clearly desperate.
I can't say anything in public. You retreat to your kinetipede, where she finally takes down her hood and shakes out a tangle of drab brown hair. Her eyes are nestled in pitch black circles. Thank you, she says. For a moment she hesitates, fussing with her sleeves. I came to you because the prince's heart is missing.
Who?
The prince's heart is the official title of leader of the circle. You know, the prince's mouth gives the speeches, the hands write the laws, the eyes watch for trouble, and the heart summons what it desires. These are the most powerful people in all of the Principate, except the prince himself.
And he's missing? Why haven't I heard about this? This should be headline news.
I don't know, Bea said, spreads her hands helplessly. It's been hushed up. No one outside the circle even knows he's gone. The prince's heart is a tempestuous man. He's disappeared before, but never without making arrangements first to keep things running in his absence. I'm worried about him. I don't expect you to go out of your way. Just keep an eye out. She looks forlorn. This is more than just an apprentice looking for her vanished boss. This is either hero worship or love. Perhaps both.
I'll ask her about it.
He's my boss, and I admire him a great deal, says Bea. Nothing more. What are you implying?
Damn it. Where should I start looking?
I don't know, says Bea. I'm just an apprentice. Maybe you could start asking the other members of the Prince's Council. The eyes or the hands. They must know something.
I promise I'll find him, I guess.
Thank you. Bea clasps your hand. I just hope he's in one piece when you find him.
Let's talk to the eye. You don't find the eye, he finds you, appearing at your shoulder as you walk through a crowded street. I hear you're searching for the heart, he says conversationally. Follow me. He takes you to the Sludge Cup Cafe and buys you a pint of despicable coffee. One of his eye sockets is empty, the eyelid drooping over a hollow socket. The other eye stares from a gaunt face, the cheekbones sharp as knives. I'm personally coordinating the search for the heart, says the eye. Your assistance is not needed, and to be honest, the heart disappears like this all the time. He's a man subject to his whims, let the matter lie. He leaves the cafe after forcing down the last of the abominable coffee. I follow. Pablo, what do the hands say?
You catch the prince's hand just as he's leaving the courtroom. Both the hands serve as Chief Justice in the Founders' Fire, receiving petitions and passing legislature. He is a handsome man of indeterminate age, his long blonde hair wrapped in a tight bun, his beard short and impeccably trimmed. His right arm ends at his elbow, and his suit sleeve has been neatly buttoned to cover up the nub. Two burly guards flank him, their hands resting on their pistols. Ah, you're also searching for our missing friends? The hand studies you keenly. Excellent. The more eyes, the better. Follow me. He takes you to his sumptuous gold curtained office.
So where might he be?
The prince's heart has vanished before, says the hand. Sometimes the stress of his position is too much, and he likes to go on these little impulsive jaunts. Last time we found him, he was on a fishing holiday in Gondola. Before that, he founded some kind of mad cult in Eld Aberath. You might like to try those places first. Perhaps he's returned to an old haunt.
Yeah, I'll go north, I guess. Maybe.
It's for the good of the kingdom.
For the good of us all. So the trick, I'm assuming, is to have every single map on the tile cleared, right?
Not necessarily.
Don't brute force the game? No?
Oh, god damn it, wrong way. Yeah, let's go back to the cities and sell some intel. Bronze men. Tell us about the bronze men, Chris.
Patrol of bronzemen, the Principate's most feared and renowned troops. You can see their gleaming faces, gazing impassively down at you through the windows of the aerostat. The name is not metaphorical. In secret occult rituals, the bronzemen are flayed alive, and their skin replaced by a supple shell of metal. They are left resembling nothing more than shining, moving statues. For many years, of course, the enchantment fades and leaves them as statues truly, monuments to the slowly suffocating heroes trapped inside.
Wow. Goodbye. Have fun with that, pal.
They even have like a big face on the outside too.
God damn it.
Oh, hey, we found the wall.
That's what I get for looking at chat like an idiot. Those guys are useless and they give me nothing but causing me to crash.
What is that thing? Is that like a centipede?
It's a kinetipede.
Yeah.
Look
It
out, there's
moves.
another one. Hit it.
It moves via kinetics. Shifty looking crew.
Yeah, go
They
ahead.
respond
Shifty.
only grudgingly to your offer of parley. The captain is taciturn, and his crew murmur darkly behind him, their hands a gnat's breath from the holsters at their belts. Smugglers, mercenaries, or bandits not in the mood for a fight. You don't know, and you don't care to ask.
Anything for sale?
The captain nods. He has things which he went to great pains to collect. Probably stolen or scavenged, if you had to guess. He can offer you a vial of god smoke, fresh from Vex, he claims, and sweet as a summer breeze. Or, for the less discerning customer, he has a bottle of the cheap flesh-rotting Necrosia.
I'll buy both.
They respond only grudgingly.
Oh, it's just the same thing.
Yeah. Ah, never mind then.
Train indeed, go Kron. Ah!
You were driving the wrong train, friend.
No, I wasn't. Dilapidated box cards. Gouged with craters and scars from some recent peril. You see dozens of travelers squashed inside. From the coughing elderly to the squalling infants, they're hopeful and afraid. You wonder what drove them to risk the darkness of the house. Let's trade some maps, huh? A gaggle of their crew cross over to your kinetipede, carrying a map for you to consult. When you're finished, they clamor for a bottle of something to warm them in the dark. The goat stones are marked on your map beneath a crudely drawn pentagram. You dutifully copy it over. Farewell. me see what information I have. Yeah, I can get some more shit.
You've got a fast kinetipede.
Yep. Anything for sale? No.
Nothing you can afford.
Nope. Also, next time we run into that plain-spoken merchant, we gotta actually let somebody read what they... No!
Oh no, it's a scorpion.
No! No! Let's search for
Another
a book.
collapsed library, but there's nothing here.
Yeah. Fail. Oh my god. I can't look at anything but the road, huh?
Crunch goes the hole.
And my headphones just fell out.
Oh no.
Crunch goes the headphones. No, I hope not.
Life is so hard.
Don't worry. There's no scorpion tank kinetipede near you. You don't need to worry. You've got
Yes.
plenty of time to do what you need to do.
Yes, there is.
If you just don't pay attention to it, it doesn't pay attention to you. That's modern thinking. But hey, don't worry. Your navigator probably hasn't made you lost already. Number 5.
That bitch.
I want her to find the city next time she's in the city. It's like, we found it! Thanks.
I know where it is, but that would spoil the fun, isn't it? Or wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, but like sometimes like she'll I remember her telling you, "Oh, we found the city. Where is it? Oh, it's literally right next
right
door."
there.
Yeah.
Aw, poor fella. Join
Get
us.
away. Get away!
Yay, new gunner.
Oh, you got a new friend.
Yeah.
What's
And
this
a
guy
ghost
doing?
ship, which we probably can't take. Twisted salvagers. Around Ghoulwatch, the house seems especially fond of depositing otherworldly ships and shipwrecks. Salvagers like these recover such lost vessels, but their decades out in darkness take a severe toll. Even the most upright of them is malformed. Her skin ragged and gnawed, her arms stunted, her head slumped deep beneath her shoulders.
Okay, bye. We'll do combat at one point, but we are not suited for it at the moment. Huh?
No, we can't we can't turn hostile to the entire world and turn out victorious.
No. Now.
So, tip, dodge. Dodge. Or just turn quickly and slap him with your tail.
That'd be so cool if you could do that.
Just watch the last cart just flow off in a calamity of sparks and twisting metal, and a third of your supplies are gone.
So yeah, my best bet to no! No!
Presumably mercenaries. Featureless black flag streams from this Scorpopede's tail. You suspect that this is some kind of mercenary crew or other, passing time between contracts with a little light banditry. The gun in the tail flashes and smokes, and a second later a warning salvo bursts bright overhead. $300, you hear over the radio.
No!
You can't pay. Like, I remember last time you paid them no money at all because you had no money. You can't do that again?
No.
Oh, you turn off your heart light. Lament lurching movement. But now we're off.
Oh no, you're gonna go crazy.
Yep.
Only a little crazy. The good kind of crazy.
Let's look for a book. God damn
Let's
it.
look for a book in the dark.
Oh dear God, what happened, Pablo?
Oh no, a long-necked four-armed. Its skin the color of stone. It has been clutching to the kinetope's side for hours, wheezing and
Kinetipede.
keening. Kinetipede. I won't forget that. Wheezing and keening like a kicked dog. Through the window, you can see it clearly. It looks pathetic and could almost be cuddly without the hideous lamprey mat stuck against the mouth. Oh, he's trying to give you a kiss. None of your crew's best efforts can dislodge it. You're particularly relieved when it's gone, at least for a while. You wake up to find the creature has somehow crept inside the kinetipede. Oh no! It's latched its hideous mouth over Finnegan's face and noisily slurps. It feeds on blood, perhaps on thoughts or pain itself. It takes a dozen bullets and a bright shining light to finally kill it. He just wanted a kiss.
Now that's what the lookout gets for not looking out.
Yeah, he is the worst. He doesn't even have a quest I can do. He's useless.
But perhaps searching an abandoned library in the dark was a mistake.
Success! Knows the stories. Your swabby finds a book still laying miraculously untouched. He blows aeons of dust from the cover and shoots you a delighted grin. Meandering treaties. No! No!
It's only a tiny one. They must be poor and therefore weak.
No, you'd think so, but no. Yeah, I'll go to Old Hallow.
Ladybug. It's a ladybug.
Yeah. Well, it's a beetle, but close enough. I guess those are... I don't have the money to, Yeah, no.
Buy more fuel.
Trade with the traveling merchant. Oh no, knows the stories is dead. Now I'll never know that knows the stories.
There's no way we could have predicted this.
No.
The Old Hallow.
Tell us about it, Chris. It's pretty.
Well, it's a very no. It was here before the cities existed and will be here when the cities are dust. Twinkle windowed tavern nestled in the roots of an aged tree. The proprietress greets you at the door. Thank you for your custom. Remember, there are 3 rules at the Hallow. Rule 1, no killing. We have signed an accord that forbids all murder within the premises. Rule 2, no fates worse than death. I'm fed up with people trying to find a loophole in Rule 1. Rule 3, no mess. I'm not a bloody cleaning lady.
Yeah.
A guest tried to violate the accord. His body was found hanging from the tree. The proprietress has announced a new flavor of cider, gumption. A one-eyed ghoul sits at the bar, grumpily drowning whiskey. She accepts your drink with a grunt of appreciation. Can't even taste this stuff anymore, admits the ghoul. A patch of skull gleams through her scalp, and it doesn't get me drunk. But I like the feel of a glass in my hand. She tips the rest back, and it slops through her ribs. Cheers, stranger.
How'd you die?
Oh, here we go. The ghoul glow rolls her eye and hurriedly stuffs it back in the socket before it can pop out into her whiskey glass. First question the ghoul gets from the living every time. You guys are obsessed with death. You must know. He waves for another drink. I used to be a fortune teller up in Buzzard's Omen. I got on the wrong side of the Septicons. Made a prediction they didn't like. A pet mercenary cut my throat in my own shop. He sighs. You never think something like that will happen to you, but it's so fast when it does. Didn't seem real. Left town in quite a hurry, I can tell you that much. Thought the Septicons might want to finish what they started, and besides, didn't want my dad to see anything like this.
Wanna bang?
A full-throated laugh. Lost those kind of urges a while ago, stranger, she assures you, along with half me organs.
Oh well.
Hey, pistol 6699. What you cooking, pistol?
Don't you need to do something about your rice or something, Chris?
Oh no, it's in a rice cooker, it's fine. Mac and cheese, that's a decent standby.
Smack a pony and leave. Ass Pegasus. Yeah, I have enough liquid darkness to make that sculpture. Now I just need all the other shit.
Well, you also need money. You don't have much money.
I got 20 bucks.
You can buy a one log from the city of We Sell Logs Cheap.
Why are you so broke, Noot?
You know how it goes.
He had his brain sucked out.
It's that yee ass haircut.
I
Get it?
need to find a hideous revelation somewhere.
They did some
Try a mirror.
Oh wow!
snap.
I found an obscene booklet. Bye.
You just wanted to be friends.
Don't
Crawl
care. Bye.
inside of your stomach, and then exit out your ribcage. The best of friends. Lifelong friends, if you will.
Oh, an urchin delivers a letter from Lady Nictamane. You gonna help me with that, Chris?
In Noot, she cries, ushering you into her mansion. Her saucer-eyed owl mask sheds its now snowy white feathers as she walks. A jug of red wine and platter of odoriferous cheese awaits you. Please help yourself, she insists, smoothing her skirts and pouring herself a very generous glass. My friend Withering Streak probably wants to keep you all to himself, she says brightly, tilting her glass to you. Don't worry, just a curious old gossip with too much money. There's no harm in telling me the odd tidbit.
Oh yes, of course. I think I want to save those.
Ah, as always, your company has borne delightful fruit. As always. Weird. What has happened before will happen again.
Yeah, I'll sell them a glimpse of another world.
What color was the yellow sun? What color was the sky?
Yeah, I can just afford to tell him one. Damn, you'd think there'd be drugs here. Oh well. Let's put up a poster. Yep.
A lookout who can actually see things. Also, we have to replace our swabby, don't we?
We did.
We did? Okay. Who'd you get?
Just a random swabby.
His name is important.
Oh yeah, I can take that guy that we found in the oil seat. God, I want to replace her. There we go, that's better. Yeah, let's take Banjo with us. Trumpet voice tourists, children eating ice cream, dozens of masks hanging from the walls, each a famous villain in their own right. One of the imprisoned masks is sculpted into the shape of a writhing squid. Dame Kraken, reads the plaque, attempted to murder the Lady of Blades, accusing her of some ancient wrongdoing. Confined to the museum for 130 years, due for release in 1849. Oh, we read this one last time,
Mm-hmm.
Why even unpack?
Why even unpack? Jesus Christ. Pablo.
As you walk across the Guandarmo Plaza, you hear this screech of tormented metal and a frantic shout of warning. An enormous dirigible is plummeting towards you, smoke billowing from its side. What do you do, Noot?
I jump out of the way for
A
massive
bold
damage.
proposal. It was bold of you to even consider that train of thought.
Alright, you want to read Chris?
Okay. You leap from the dirigible's doomed path and scramble back as it smashes to the ground. Metal crumples and splits. The canopy deflates with a wheeze. Two figures emerge, coughing from the wreckage. One of them a small, spike-haired woman in goggles. The other an enormously obese Karchar. Oh gosh, are you okay? The woman helps you to her feet, absent-mindedly patting out the flames. Caught her suit. I really thought we'd fix the engine this time. Still, at least it's salvageable. Behind her, the dirigible explodes. Never mind, she says without breaking stride. Can I invite you out for a cup of tea as an apology?
Sure.
She introduces herself as Agnes Barbertree. This is Misery Guts. She says the loyalest servant a woman could ever ask for. The Karchar holds up a middle finger. With Misery Guts frowning sullenly in the background, Agnes tells you about her plans. Ever since I was a little girl, I've dreamed of opening the City of Masks' first airborne coffee house, she says, genuine longing in her eyes. The Drifting Bean, I shall call it. She sighs. Unfortunately, as you have seen, we've had technical issues, and now we're due for another round of repairs, which I'm not sure we can afford.
We'll help fix it.
Agnes is delighted with the idea. To think, Misery Guts, she exclaimed. We fall out of the air and find an engineer waiting beneath. Clearly, the fates have conspired to make the Drifting Bean a success. Misery Guts grunts. May the fates could have just let us stay airborne the first time. Or the second time. Or the third. Fourth. Fifth. Agnes turns to you. We will need arachnic silk to repair the canopy, and warding iron to fix the hull.
Alright. I don't think I have those, no.
Perhaps you will upgrade your kinetipede to a dirigilepede.
I wish you could. Inside the cottage, you find an interesting tableau. Candle stubs, a faded chalk pentagram, a dozen oddly shaped skulls, a jar of newts. It looks like a ritual was conducted here long ago. Perhaps some unlucky fool summoned themselves to the house by accident. Oh, one of my dudes wants to talk to me. Pablo, this guy, you're gonna want to give your best, like... Yeah, you'll figure it out when you read it.
Banjo Schmiggs, a surprisingly confident ghoul in a weather-beaten coat. He sings as he pilots, horrendously raspy and out of tune.
A strange sound from the front of the kinetipede, huh?
Through the holes in his throat, you can see withered cords vibrating as he sings. It sounds like a dog being sawn in half. You look genuinely hurt when he asks you the name of the tune.
You really don't know what it is? Everyone loved that song back in the day. It was sung on the street corners for pennies.
Where are you from?
Oh, you know.
A clack of yellow teeth.
Here, there, everywhere. Never been one to stay in one place. That's why I like this job.
He pauses.
Tell you what, boss, you can do me a favor and let me know if you ever pick up a bottle of
Kalarin rum.
I used to have that stuff practically in a drip when I was alive, and I'd love to give it a try again.
Do you work for Kalarum Rum, or something,
No, I'm in love with you, Noot.
I love that. Drink Kalarum Rum, You sure that Banjo's been breaking into your room and very subtly rearranging your furniture? Wage a quiet war. Banjo's lock is difficult to pick, but you persevere. His quarters are surprisingly neat for someone who makes such an effort to appear laid back. You nudge his chair 2 inches away from his table. Victory is surely within your grasp. When you return to your own quarters, you find that your desk has been moved 2/5 of an inch to the left. War is hell. It's never gonna end, you guys.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Banjo Pablo, does he know anything about the City of Glass?
Well, I visited there when I was a little lad,
Says Banjo.
Hell of a pretty looking place, spiraling towers and walkways of glass, rainbows everywhere. Then it fucked off.
Oh yeah, there's a missing city.
I don't remember no missing city.
Yeah, we found the wanted poster in the City of Keys, remember?
That you meant that was the joke.
Oh. For your terrible joke, you get to tell me if Henry Delgado knows anything about the City of Glass, but read his description first.
Never seen without his white lab coat. Despite his constant insistence on being a mad scientist, you've never seen him conduct any actual experiments or successfully manage to fix something.
Yeah, but does he know anything about the City of Glass?
One day I will find it when my work is finished, says the doctor with a smile. But then it will be irrelevant. Haha. For now, no, I have no idea.
Oh. Muttered cursing and banging from the engine room. What is that racket?
In the engine room, you find Dr. Henry Delgado surrounded by a sprawl of cables, cogs, and pistons. He's currently hitting a cog repeatedly with a hammer. Work, you stubborn devil! He shouts, kicking the cog into a warped mockery of its original shape. What is wrong with you? Burn in hell, you! He stops abruptly when he notices you watching him. He gently sets the hammer down and smooths his rumpled lab coat. Ken? Noot? He coughs.
What did that poor cog ever do to you?
Dr. Delaglo runs a hand through his hair. In the city of engines, technology shaped itself effortlessly to my will, he says. I could knock up an invisibility sphere in half an hour. In an hour, I could build an engine that induced optimism. But it transpires that the things work differently outside the city. He gestures at the chaotic assortment of machinery surrounding him. I was attempting to improve your kinetipede's primitive engine, but the cogs sit lumping on the floor instead of springing up and fitting themselves in place. I asked a junior engineer for advice, and he seems I need to consult some kind of tome called the Instruction Manual.
Did he tell him to read the fucking manual? Oh well, I'll try and teach him. It didn't work well, huh?
He spent a day trying to teach Dr. Delagolo some of the most rudimentary aspects of his craft. He refuses to believe that outside the City of Engines, cogs don't just turn by themselves but require something to power them. You explain that as patiently as you can, but are eventually forced to give up in the face of his overwhelming confidence to the contrary. I've built far more complex machinery than this, he keeps repeating. It's not my fault things don't work properly outside the city. Kin Noot, it seems I must ask you a favor.
I'll cheer him up.
You were very kind, says Dr. Delago, but it's clear that I must be either further out of my depth than I had feared. He rubs his hands together. No matter, I thrive on adversity. I am Dr. Henry Delgado, after all, the smiling scientist, curious and cheerful and eager to learn. I just have one favor to ask you.
But I want to avoid it as long as possible. Okay, what favor?
Clasps a hand on your shoulder. I don't have time to get up and speed with the frankly uninspiring science of this region, you see. I had planned to build a machine to communicate with my master beneath the waves of tar water, but clearly this will be impossible. We must visit him in person.
Who's your master?
The hostage king, the rust ghost, the cog maker, says Dr. Delgado, the lord in exile, the king beneath. He is the true king of the City of Engines, and soon he will reclaim his throne.
And why does he live beneath the Tarwater Bay?
He was forced from his throne by an alliance of traitors, says Dr. Delgado, driven beneath the waves and imprisoned by those who lacked the ability to kill him. Now they've forgotten, but soon they will remember. Oh yes, soon they will remember. He throws back his head and laughs rather too long.
Why do you so desperately need to meet him?
I'm helping him build something, says Dr. Delgado. Or at least, I was before it exploded. I need to explain my absence to him immediately. No doubt he is starting to worry.
We'll set a course there at once, I lie.
Thank you, my dear friend. Dr. Delgado bows to you, his mustache twitching. I shall ensure that the hostage king learns of your generosity. He will not forget. He rubs his hands together gleefully as he returns to his quarters.
Ah! Oh, I happen to be right fucking there.
Time to bypass it. Just go out of your way to go around it.
It's a guy. How did you get here? Okay, bye. Didn't want to deal with taking him prisoner.
You can feed the things that lurk in the dark. Maybe they won't prey on my crew.
True. Advances in ethereal echo divergence reported by the Assembly. Lightning strikes a weather engine, causing it to enter what has been described as an irony loop. Trash shamblers and adamantium crabs have been assaulting from the sea. As it goes, Alright.
We could buy that silk here.
Yeah, if we could find enough money. Yeah, we've already read that one. Let's survey the wreckage. The shore is littered with iron corpses, beached metal monstrosities already having been hauled away for scrap. You spot a wrecked mechanigator, a rust-pitted thing with teeth as tall as you are, and an adamantium crab tipped over, its messy clockwork belly ripped to shreds. A technic squid lies tangled. It had been a thing of deadly grace, flying and teleporting around the battlefield, but the soldiers are used to fighting its ilk. They brought it down with nets and missiles. There are human corpses too, more of those than machines. Soldiers with stretchers walk amongst the carnage, searching for survivors. Let's go visit the hostage king. I do believe that you're the what's-his-face, Chris.
Yep. We have to be careful, says Dr. Delgado. You're sitting on a bench near the rusty shore. Rocketmen streak overhead, flailing figures on tongues of fire. Searchlights sweep like white knives to the dock. Somewhere distant, a siren blares. We just need to get to the waterline without being seen, he says. The Technic squid will carry us the rest of the way.
I'm gonna be a sneaky boy.
You slip down the beach like two rippling shadows, vaulting over concrete barricades and picking your way carefully through barbed wire. Finally, you stop at a gently lapping waves, countless flecks of rust crunch and shimmer beneath your boots. Come on, Dr. Delgado says brightly, striding forward into the oily black water. Hip hip, follow me, no need to... And he is gone, leaving nothing but a few bubbles on the surface.
Yeah, let's go for a swim.
Your mouth fills with the foul chemical water. Your throat burns. Something snakes around your torso and drags you down.
Sink.
After several minutes of sinking, something solid is pressed over your eyes. You fumble at it for a moment before realizing it's a pair of goggles. A copper-tasting tube is pushed into your mouth, bringing a welcoming rush of oxygen. Finally, you can open your eyes and look around. A colossal metal squid surges through the water, dragging you and Dr. Henry Delgado in its mechanical tentacles. It gives you a thumbs up. Below you is an underwater citadel of whirring steel and bronze, flowering of cogs and cables and pistons that puts even the city above to shame. It streaks and clatters and shoots great gouts of boiling water from its chimneys, and you get the uncomfortable feeling that it is only seconds away from exploding. Hordes of abominations scurry like ants around it. They cluster like supplicants. Adamantine crabs roam the junk-scattered floor, grabbing discarded things in their clumsy claws and scuttling back to base. Technic squid float serenely like a swarm of razor-tentacled jellyfish. Trash scramblers sprawl amid the waste, ungainly agglomerations of garbage fighting each other over scraps of new metal. You and Dr. Delgado walk through this clanking citadel. At some point, you enter a glass dome, passing from the polluted water to stale air. You remove your goggles and spit out your breathing tube. Dr. Delgado starts chatting to you merrily, but you can barely hear him over the noise of the machines. The Hostage King sits at the center of his machine city atop a throne of spinning clockwork and chugging engine parts. You somehow expected him to be bigger. His fingers end in cables that stretch out to the surrounding machines, and his bald scalp is dotted with electrodes. His eyes are glass circles, shining two beams of warm, gold light upon you as you approach. Dr. Delgado stops you short. We must kneel before we address him, he says. We must not look into his eyes, or we will be blinded. And we must only address him as your majesty in exile.
Oh shit, I
Please don't
can't
make me
decide.
angry.
I can't decide.
I'm sure it'll be fine, either way.
Yeah, let's stay standing.
Dr. Delgado falls to his knees, but you stay standing. He tugs at your clothes ineffectually. I return, your majesty in exile, he calls out finally. I apologize for my absence and my friend's insolence. I was working on the demon, and it exploded. When I woke up, I had washed on the shore above. Welcome back, Henry, says the Hostage King. His voice is broadcast from 100 speakers around you, some booming bass rumble, some hissing out a distorted electric buzz. Who is your weird companion?
I was taught to make eye contact.
You meet the Hostage King's glare. Spots of darkness float between your aching eyes. After a moment, you're forced to turn away. His eyes shine through the murky water. Insolence, roars the Hostage King. Get out of my sight, worm. And you, Henry, I thought you knew better than to drag a fool like that before me. You were exiled, both of you. Never darken my waters again. Please, your master should be exiled. No, begs Dr. Delgado, but it's too late. A horde of adamantine crabs are emerging through the machinery jumble and surrounding you, snapping their claws.
I might need to load a save.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Just keep going forward.
No, that's gonna block me from stuff.
Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan.
I won't be able to load the save, because it'll auto-save automatically after I do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, different one. This street encircles a cog, an upright cog that's half underground. As you walk down it, the ground rumbles beneath your feet. The cog is moving and it plunges you into darkness below. In a few dark minutes before the streetlights turn on, you stumble into an interlocking bridge that drops you onto another cog nearby. Abruptly, you have wandered into the hidden bowels of the city, the undercog, spinning and grinding in subterranean delight. No one lives down here, no one that above-ground citizens consider important anyway, just the desperate and the deranged. A bearded old fellow is limping towards you, apparently dressed in nothing but a stained bedsheet. "Hey! Hey!" he shouts. "I want a word." I should run, but I'll listen to him. The old man's breath is hot and terrible. "You should stay down here with me. Down here will be safe when the presence rises." "The presence?" "It lives beneath the Tarwater Bay," the old man lowers his voice. "Didn't you wonder what builds those things and sends them up to kill us?" Mad ancient old thing it is. He waits for this to sink in. "Do you believe me?" "No one up there believed me." "I believe him." "I'm so glad." The man presses something small and cold into your hand and limps away. "It's a gallows candle." "Oh, a human finger. Wonderful." Yeah, he actually isn't crazy, is he?
I'm sure he's crazy. We've seen nothing to the contrary.
Oh my fucking god! I fucked it up. Okay, whatever. I made it in there. Chris.
You and Dr. Delgado both kneel. "I return, Your Majesty in exile," calls out Dr. Delgado. "Sorry for my absence. I was working on the demon and it exploded when I woke up. I washed up on the store above. Welcome back, Henry," says the Hostage King. His voice is broadcast from 100 speakers. "And I see you bring a friend."
Let's look at his eyes again.
Unflinching, you meet his glare. Spots of darkness float behind your aching eyes, but you don't look away. For a moment, the rumbling machines screeched as though disapproval.
I gained a unique experience, huh?
"Insolence!" roars the Hostage King. "Get out of my sight, worm." You've been exiled again.
God damn it. Beg the Hostage King for his forgiveness? Oh, okay.
"Very well, I accept your groveling. Be sure you are more respectful in the future."
What is the demon?
You
Oh
will
my
address
god,
me by
I'm
my
an
correct
idiot.
title, mortal.
What is the demon, Your Majesty in exile?
The demon is the machine that will help me escape from my exile, says the Hostage King. A machine that understands and predicts the movement of every single atom in the house. A machine that can calculate all its contradictory laws and mechanics. And I have been helping, says Dr. Delgado proudly.
Why are you imprisoned here, Your Majesty in exile?
I built the city of engines with my own two hands, says the Hostage King. I found worlds with the lenient scientific laws and imported those laws into this corner of the house. I built an engineer's utopia, and now did my citizens repair me? They turned my own weapons against me. Forced beneath the waves. Dr. Delgado is shaking his head. Grave injustice, he says.
What will my reward be for helping you, Your Majesty in exile?
With the power of the demon, I can grant you anything you desire, says the Hostage King. Gold and treasure, if you like. God would.
Oh, what will you need,
I will communicate my desires to you once you have returned to the surface, says the Hostage King. I will send a trusted servant to observe and instruct you. A squat, frog-like mechanical thing waddles from the bowels of the surrounding machinery. It appears to have been cobbled together from rubber tires and mattress springs. This machine creature has been built to function even outside the city of engines, says the Hostage King. It shall act as the avatar of my will. The frog thing wipes one of its glass eyes with a handkerchief. Honored to be of service, it croaks.
Fine.
Very good, says the Hostage King, settling back into his jumbled throne. Before you leave, you are welcome to sample the delights of my citadel. You walk away with the mechanical frog thing hopping alongside you. My name is Laplace, it croaks. Did I mention I was honored to be of service? Because I am. I'm programmed to always be of service, and to always be very honored about it. Before we leave, I want to say hello to the rest of the ministerial cabinet, says Dr. Delgado excitedly. They'll be thrilled to see me again. I'm sure they were very worried.
Fine.
The ministers are men and women with deeply tired eyes, dressed in identical white coats. They scurry back and forth across around a misshapen pillar of clockwork, ignoring you and Dr. Delgado entirely. This is the demon, says Dr. Delgado, and these are the men and women who've been working on it. He introduces you to each one of them by one, using titles like the Minister of Internal Affairs and the Minister of Impossible Ambitions.
Infernal affairs.
Infernal Affairs, sorry, yeah. Occasionally, one of them will throw back their head and cackle, or rub their hands together and murmur about vengeance. As you can see, they're a well-adjusted lot, says Dr. Delgado amiably. The Hostage King has summoned the greatest scientists from a dozen worlds. One of them shoves past, giggling.
Let's take a look at this stupid machine.
It is a complex assemblage of parts that you can barely tell where the demon ends and citadel around it begins. Perhaps the entire whirring, clanking citadel is just an extension of it. We feed it instructions with these cards, explains Dr. Delgado, showing us a sheet of stiff card punched with several holes and a slot into the machine's base. Currently, it can perform complex calculations and simple abstract thoughts. It even started building new sections of itself. After a moment's grumbling hesitation, the demon lights up. A voice blares from its loudspeaker at the top. I wrote a poem, it declares proudly, spitting out a new hole-punched card. Ah, wonderful, says Dr. Delgado, holding up to the light. Seems we finally got to doing art.
I agree, that was disquieting, eh?
This time you are provided with the submersible to transport you to the surface. It comes equipped with a comfortable furnishings and a well-stocked drinks cabinet. It's not just scientific curiosity that makes me want to build the demon, remarks Dr. Delgado, twisting the cork from a bottle of wine. It is so powerful a machine that if we get it right, we could use it to escape the house entirely. The demon is my only hope for returning to my old world. An escape from the house? You clink glasses with Dr. Delgado as the submersible rises.
Yeah. Alright, it's been about an hour. Does everybody want to take 5?
Sure.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll take a 5. Be
Alright.
right back, folks.
Yep, we shall be back.
Mm. How are all you folks in Chatland doing this fine weekend night? Good, good. Cozy is good. Name was pretty good. It's in the name, you see. Yes, yes. Food is very much nice. I just spooned up myself a little bit, and I'm just letting it cool off because my rice cooker keeps things warm at an excitingly high temperature. Next break, I'm going to refill up on eggnog because I should be finished my eggnog again at that point. Did either of my co-hosts come back?
I'm texting because it hasn't been 5 minutes yet.
Well, fine. And it's good to see that you did not leave me alone. Both of you.
I got chocolate gingerbread cookies, so.
Nifty.
Alright. Alright, let's figure out where to go. Yeah, city bridges. Remember, folks, never eat shredded west. No!
Have you found much in the writhing dock yet? Extinguish your heart light. We might find more.
Let's not.
What could go wrong?
The Shade Corps and Forcers in the Leonine Guard have been at war over a lucrative consortium contract. Flying skeletal terrorists have nested in a bell tower. Another minor walkway has collapsed, taking 3 citizens with it. Oh well. It do be like that sometimes. Chris, let's wander the bridges together.
Mm-hmm. An old man sits on the edge of Brabazon Bridge, contemplating the endlessness below. His knuckles are white on the railing. He shifts forward a tiny amount, then sighs. The old man glares at you. Suppose you want to stop me? Save your breath.
No. Don't jump.
gods, but you're young. He shakes his head in wonder. When did you get so young? You see me and you think I'm ready to kill myself. You probably think I'm some desperate old fool, drunk and in debt. Well, you'd be right, but that ain't why I'm here. He raises his chin defiantly. I'm going to meet an old friend.
No, don't stop. Again.
The old man listens to your pleas. A faraway look steals over his eyes, but he doesn't back away from the edge. I've lived in this city my whole life. When I was very young, I had no home. The cold fogs came up. Most decent folk were inside, but not me. I saw something rising from below, some great shadow. I called out to it, and it rested beside me a while, tired from the long flight up. I don't know what it was. I've been to the City of Angels, and I wasn't one of those. No, it was tired and sad and spoke very well. It spoke about all manner of things I don't understand, about gods and tricksters, and it told me there was nothing for me up here, that if I jumped, they would catch me. I was always too afraid, but now I'm old and nothing has proved it wrong. And I figure, even if it's not waiting to catch me, I'd rather die down there knowing the truth than up here, uncertain. It looks you dead in the eyes. Well, are you going to stop me?
Nah.
He leans forward, lets go, vanishes without a word, a scream. And you are alone.
Oh. I might have did that wrong. Oh well. Ooh, somebody wants information from me, huh? Pablo.
You are led into a grand office in Fortune Hall. A chandelier hangs ponderously and ridiculously from the ceiling. The desk is built only from the most endangered trees. A pinch-faced old man sits behind the desk, flanked by two scribbling scribes. His eyes are hidden behind circular dark glasses. My name is Basilmoth, he says, not looking up. You've come across any information relevant to the consortium on your travels? You are to bring it directly to me, understand?
And who exactly are you?
I am the advisor and consultant. Between those in the highest echelons of the consortium, he says. As such, I'd like to know what's going on, and if you lead me wrong, I'll make a very small mark against your name in my register. The next day, every mercenary in this city will be fighting over each other to bring me your head.
Oh. I don't have anything for him. Oh well. Yeah, we gotta head back to the City of Keys. Grove Street. Home.
Drive into the crack on the ground.
I tried.
They see you, but you see them.
Oh no, another crew member died. I'll have to replace them. Huh?
Well, you shouldn't let them die.
I thought there'd be cool stuff I could steal or a cairn I could topple over again, huh? You know how much I love doing that.
Desecrating the dead.
Yeah.
This isn't Dwarf Fortress. You don't get superpowers if you do it enough.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let's write a freelance article. That's not a lot of money. Let's sell some stuff. Heck. Let's wander the streets. Tell us about the mushrooms, Chris.
Mushroom. The funghettos spread slowly over the years, inviting unflattering comparisons to rot from the Sivian purity fanatics. Bulging columns and protuberances of moist vegetable matter colonized entire streets. The largest such communities in the city are Sootcup and Dungbird's Nest, but you have ended up wandering into Flea's Ear. Humans rarely come here. Much is made of the stench, but it's not especially unpleasant compared to the fog of dung and smoke which hangs over the rest of the city. Flea's Ear smells of damps, soil, and old fruit. Mycenae have gathered in bewildering numbers, clinging to every available surface in their haphazard, fungal structures. At the center of the throng, two Mycenae, a band of raised dais.
Let's observe the crowd.
The elders' debate sounds innocuous enough to you, but the crowds tell a different story. Alien though they are, the Mycenae exhibit certain tells that they are very human. Silence is not just respectful, but tense. Certain Mycenae slip through the crowd with an air of higher purpose, trailing clouds of spores in their wake. Agitators, perhaps. The surface debate is genuine, you suspect. A legitimate point and nuanced debated in its own right. The Mycenae are using it to conceal a second debate, coated in spores. Something they don't want humans to hear or understand. You are suddenly ill at ease. This place might not be a safe place for you.
Well, bye. Let's visit my house. God, I want to evict that stupid family.
Oh, you are only now 98% complete.
Yeah, no, that has it backwards. I'm 2% complete. 98% incomplete.
You will know it's finished when you have the entirety of the work to do.
I composed several ditties.
I keep hearing the Space Station 13 background scream.
Pablo, read our tell us about this grand epic of a poem.
Ah, yes. In elder times, before legends did consume, posterity be not dull, though some call them prone. The sturdy mother and the brother who would exhume never stride gracefully into sturdy stone.
Yeah.
Well, that's better rhyming than usual.
Oh well. Bye-bye poem.
You didn't want to get the silk?
Good point.
I forget the other thing you needed. Was it warding iron?
Warding iron.
So they're both here.
Yeah.
You could upheave the city of Gears tonight, this day. However many would die, it's not really your fault, correct? You just made a trade. Warding iron was right at the top.
Holy bejesus, sir. Nope. I'm waiting. I'm going north to buy fuel.
But you could be a god. You're the relentless engine of madness. Oh, hey, he looks like you could take him.
I just saved 3 seconds ago, right? Yeah. Let's meet the Tyrannic. Tell us about the Tyrannic, Chris.
One of a kind, tall as a mountain, the most intimidating weapon in the governor's arsenal, a dreadnought that itself inspires dread. Hundreds of crews scurry in its veins like ants. The Tyrannic was built after the Chimeric campaign, and it is no coincidence the cities have not needed to fight a war since. Attack. Don't do this.
Why would you even try?
A single missile streaks high into the air and plinks against the Tyrannic's hull, leaving the tiniest pockmark. It rumbles on, unawares. Keep firing. They'll notice you eventually.
Your crew is begging you not to do this, Oh. I thought that you could do it more times. Oh well. Let's retreat.
I'm sure this will have no lasting repercussions.
There's an achievement for defeating this that I don't have yet,
Successful gambit. Gambit, you've retreated into the shadows.
I wonder how many
What are the
people I
things in the
just
ground?
lost. Crew can get wounded, die over time, combat is turn-based. Why is it showing me these,
It's showing you the tips after the combat. Nice.
Yeah.
I love how they stayed after the combat, too. Are you going to turn the...
I forgot
back
to,
up?
so read my
Yeah.
consequences. Alright.
Double speed! Just burn the fuel. You don't need fuel.
A shuffling pillar of decay emerges from the darkness. Buboes swell and burst upon its pulsing length. Wow. Its flesh writhes with maggots. It spits streams of bile on your kinetipede, burning deep scorches into the hull. Fortunately, it's slow. You shift your engine to double speed and leave it far behind. Fine.
Search in the darkness.
I didn't find
Nothing
a
ever
book.
goes wrong.
Oh god, Pablo, tell us about the skeletal wolves.
They started following you when the hearthlight went out. Cold, lupine bones skittering in the darkness. They move like unliving things, thrown like cast die, clattering abruptly from place to place, occasionally coming apart at the joints and then snapping quickly back together. There are too many of them now. They are wearing themselves into being, strand upon strand of coalescing ivory thread. They howl in silence, and the walls begin to shake. No sound at all, but you can feel the howling in your bones. It is hours before they stop and slink back into the darkness.
The darkness will have its due. At least the darkness hasn't eaten anyone yet. Bold of me to say that before it had finished, huh?
I mean, odds are crews don't actually exist. No one's ever seen one.
Yeah, Mav needs to come back.
Just as long as Mav has no
No.
heart troubles.
No, it's a poor person asking for fuel. Oh. 20 guineas is all I have, and you're so upset to lose it. Devastated, It's a dude, Yeah, he gets to replace that swabby that got eaten.
Maybe he can find some good books for you before he gets eaten.
Or wait, no, he got blown up. I forgot.
One of the two.
Someone
all
in
the
your
same.
crew is sobbing uncontrollably. It might be you,
Just don't worry about it, fam.
Yo, you got any color dust by chance? Yeah. Oh, you're one of those maniac explorers from the City of Keys, are you? Hope you have your affairs in order back home. He's just a simple trader, perhaps a little too plain-spoken for your tastes, I just learned about Kennedy Yard. Let's not go there. Let's do buy some Fargyle whiskey, though. Does Kennedy Yard sound like a prison? Because it is.
Is it where the Kennedys are?
Must be. There's literally no other alternative. Damn, that's expensive. Oh well, let's wander the streets. Chris.
On the recommendation of a street peddler, you make your way to the Prong, one of the few mega spikes on the less affluent western side of the scenic. Although it's smaller than the mega spikes to the east, it still takes you half an hour to reach the top in the auto conveyor. Here you find a delightful balcony garden open to the public, just as the street peddler told you. The garden affords the best view of the City of Knives that any traveler could ask for. A viridescent vista stretches before you, glowing water and yellow-green smog, with the mega spikes silhouetted like a fleet of shark fins in the distance. It's a stark, strange sight, and one you won't forget for a long while.
The City of Knives in all its gloomy beauty.
Gargantuan mega spikes towards the ceiling, backlit by the peculiar glow of the river scenic. The viridescent light casts shifting, dancing shadows on the walls.
Let's see if there's anything fun to do in the Kinetipede. Yeah, let's not.
No drinking bottled darkness?
Nah, I need it. We'll do that sometime, though.
Become one with the void. Become hostile to the light.
Knife Fight City. Ah, my bottom.
Crunch.
Fool. Get nade on. Fucking looped him. Yay, free golem. It's just sitting there.
You're gonna make them into weapon platforms, I assume.
Actually, I need one for one of the missions, believe it or not.
You have like 7.
I know, I'm gonna sell some of them someday.
Oh, hey, that thing looks calm and safe and not at all
No.
dangerous. I'm sure it's just wanting to give you a hug.
It's like Sunless Seas, but the sea is a house and somehow bigger.
I've never played
Grimlos.
Sunless Seas. Ah, you were answering someone else. I see. At least there's not much like red stuff on the walls that's scary and reminds you of blood.
It's fine. It's fine. Pablo, read.
Oh no, an abducted obelisk. A standing stone from another world. Runes have been carved deeply into the granite. Grueling work, though they look as spontaneous as knife slashes. The entire obelisk streaked in something dried, brown red. Blood, perhaps? It's usually blood.
Let's try and read it.
You attempt to translate the runes, but the result is garbled, incomplete, and what you do find unnerves you.
Oh, thank you. Bye-bye.
At least we can try the one behind us.
Nope.
No?
No, it's not glowing.
Ah.
Or not glowing the right color.
Those floor cracks, they look like friends.
Yeah.
Maybe it's yellow meat, Lord Grimace. That could be what it is. It's yellow meat coming up from the floor.
I don't have any terrible secrets to offer them, though. Because I think I sold my last one.
But you could have taken everything that was theirs.
Get looped.
Yellow flesh meats, Lord Grimace. Yellow flesh meats.
Fuck yeah, meandering. Ow. Treaties.
Hope we can get fuel wherever we're going, because we won't have enough for the way back.
It's the cheapest fuel in the map, but I don't know if we can make it there. Only one way to find out.
Hey, Laughing Man, this is a very friendly, happy game where we're just talking about friendly, happy things and nothing can go wrong. Just don't mind the hands. Just don't mind them. If you don't look at them, they won't look at you. Just don't look at them. You're looking at them. Stop looking at them. They see us.
Tell us about LaShawn.
The streets are smoke and rubble. A klaxon is sounding, and every few minutes, a distant explosion rocks the floor. All around you, red banners are flying. Anti-chime or graffiti blankets every wall that's still standing.
Tell us some stuff.
The Loyalists have captured Withnot Lane from the Rebels. The Rebels have captured Green Street from the Loyalists. The bombs have turned both streets into leveled expanses of rubble.
Productive.
There are no shops open today. You end up sitting around a campfire in a bombed-out shell of a building, listening to rebel soldiers sing and play guitar while mortars streak overhead. The rousing song is all about a fair maid of Lishen, captured by a mad and scheming emperor. The hero comes to rescue her, but ends up tearing her in half in a tug-of-war with the villain. Despite its grim subject, the song is exceedingly bawdy.
Oh, I missed parts of the song as nearby buildings explode.
The streets are smoke and rubble.
Oh, I have a fetch mirror, so I can abandon these guys if I have to. If I run out of fuel.
Vada break. Gotta have your drink on before you go to war.
God. Yeah, if we don't make it to Panachak, it might be a problem.
Just keep going without fuel. I'm sure there's bodies on boards that can row.
I don't think you can row a tank, my dude.
Not very fast, and not with that attitude. Get the paddles out and push.
Eh.
Oh, hey,
No,
it's
thank you.
Flesh Friend.
More skeletal wolves.
Why'd you turn the light off?
To save some fuel.
Mhm.
The crew are performing their duties as usual, but they do not recognize you. You walk among them and their gazes flit over you unseeing. You open your mouth to shout for their attention, but you can't speak. You can only sputter and choke, while your ignorant companions ignore you still. When you wake the next day, you can talk again. Your crew acknowledge you cheerfully. Keep silent. You keep what happened deep inside, and it hollows you out. You become a secret-wearing skin. But I got a blessing from Abja.
Hey, there's a fuel truck, right?
No,
It just has nuclear fuel on it.
it's a clown car.
Launch! Goes the side of the hull.
Nope.
At least we didn't lose any sanity due to us being in the dark all the time.
Yeah, we do. This
Yeah,
is
so at least we
happening
didn't
too
lose-
slow for you to notice, huh?
At least we didn't lose any sanity also from failing that attempting to read
Shut
the
up,
mysterious
Bo.
ruins. It's good. It's good. We're not doubling down on bad things.
The floor rumbles, your kinetipede slides to one side, legs skittering. A colossal worm emerges from beneath, its body lined with compacted femurs and human skulls, its mouth an enormous folding ribcage. The bone worm slams into your kinetipede, knocking it onto its side. Inside, desks and books and crockery go flying. With a roar, it scratches its splintered bones against the kinetipede's iron, searching for a way in before giving up and burrowing once again beneath the floor. It takes your crew an entire day to right the kinetipede. I am going to maybe look at a map real quick. Eh.
I've got confidence we don't know where we're going. What about you guys?
Shut up.
Confidence. I have complete confidence in confidentiality.
Alright. Oof. I gotta hope Harlequin sells fuel or I'm fucked. Actually, no, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
If we have faith, we can make it.
Although, let's see if there's anything I can burn.
Can you burn your guests? Like the mushroom guy?
No. This is a problem.
You might have to attack somebody and take their fuel.
It won't give you fuel.
Not if you destroy them?
No.
Huh.
For days, your crew have been tormented by empty dreams. When they sleep, their minds are absent, non-existent, an unthinking oblivion that lasts forever in a moment. They wake shrieking. Today, you find a bloated creature pinned to the outside of your hull, its fangs puncturing the metal. It looks like some kind of pulsating leech, gross and black-green and pulsating. A few brave souls go out and dislodge it with a crowbar. From that moment, the empty dreams stop, though your crew are deeply shaken. Aw, it made Abja mad.
And your sanity is that you're smiling.
Yeah, everything's fine, bud. What's the problem?
It's all good. They are coming.
Oh, I'm fine.
Smiling. Why don't we have the lights on? No more.
Weird. Oh, Abja's even more mad than she was before. Ah, Rosabelle Littledale is missing. The rest of the crew are hopeful, but you realize with sudden certainty that she'll never be found. A solitary jaunt into the darkness seems most likely, though uncharacteristic. Rosabelle Littledale was always a sensible sort. Perhaps, no, you are unwilling to countenance the alternative. You hold a brief memorial service. She was well liked. Is that fake or something? I can't pick it up.
Well, yeah, you're insane. You're seeing things.
I've never actually gotten more insane than smiling before.
It's fine. Sure, it's fine.
Yeah, see? A
Yes, we
tentacle
just
as
did.
long as a street comes unfurling from the nearest wall, slamming down just a few yards from your kinetipede, a colossal plume of rubble and dust. More and more tentacles detach from the stone, clutching your kinetipede by the legs, dragging it screeching towards a widening maw.
Go on, yeah.
Wriggle free!
The darkness will have its doom.
God damn it.
Just wait in the dark. Attract their attention. Slavery is better than an unquiet death in the dark.
I'll wait. Oh, that's unfortunate.
You will die.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I'm sure you won't die. I'm sure you're going to be fine. Just you can save the money. Money's worth it, right? The money's worth
Money.
it. You can keep your money. Keep
How far
your
of a
money.
travel is it? Oh. Oh, thank God. I just paid. Are you fucking kidding me? I was right there.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for that last encounter, you wouldn't have run out of fuel. Because it sucked, like the tentacle thing sucked away a quarter of your fuel.
No, it did. That wasn't worth it, huh?
It was not.
You're greeted by a forest of rotted corpses, skewered haphazardly on iron spikes. Loops of wire twist their sunken heads to face you. Each cadaver in this thicket of the dead has a sign strung along its throat. Each faded wooden board has been etched with tiny words. From a distance, a huge skeletal structure. Wisps of smoke curl to the ceiling. People live here. Let's rest. All the houses are identical heaps of iron, but one has the word "inn" scratched in tiny writing on a sign outside. The innkeeper stares at you in terrified awe and tells you can rest here as long as you want. All he has on tap is crude oil, which he warns you is an acquired taste. Let's gather some news. You manage to corner a townsperson who gabbles a dozen greetings to you in a dozen languages. When he realizes that you just want to hear what's happened lately in Panachak, he sags in relief. Panachak's latest sculpture competition is over, and Mayor Feverbeard declared all the contestants winners. In a tragic accident, the latest tax collector from the Empire was found sewn inside a sack and drowned in crude oil. I hate when accidents happen. Just ain't fair, man. Just ain't fair.
It is not.
Let's join a village competition. Flower arranging. Although Panachek lacks vegetation, the villagers' improvised solution is to see who can sort shards of rusty salvage into the most pleasing arrangement. Oh well. You work through the night, assembling your rust-splotched metal into a magnificent diorama, a scale-perfect model of Panachek itself, complete with a Svaldafari that belches flame via an elaborate mechanism hidden in the base. The other villagers mostly just throw their stuff together at random. Mayor Feverbeard declares all the participants victors and gives each of you a certificate. Certificate? The other contestants are already enthusiastically destroying their sculptures. Nice little town, huh?
It is.
Chris, what does Mayor Feverbeard want?
The villagers are complaining of a haunting in Svardilfari. Svadilfari, says Mayor Feverbeard, scratching at the contorted flesh around his empty eye. They are emotionally fragile folk at the best of time, and this has them in utter terror. Could you journey to the depths and prove there is nothing to fear? You will be rewarded, of course.
Yeah, let's go into the giant thing that's belching fire. It smells
It's
of rust
safe.
and salt and damp. You lower yourself through the topmost hatch. Endless corridors of rust and dripping brine. The floor is rumbling. Flames roar down the corridor towards you. Yeah. You close your eyes, an instant of searing heat as the flames roll over you, then icy cold. When you open your eyes, the corridor is dark and silent. No smoke, no fire. Let's go deeper. Leaky pipes above, puddles of oil on the floor. This must once have been a mess hall. Plates and cards and tobacco pipes rest under a thick layer of cobweb. An icy hand grips your shoulder. When you turn, you see no one. Wispish flames dance across the ceiling. You stand and watch for hours, entranced. A hatch that leads down to the second floor. The rusted wheel screeches in protest. You've fully explored the first floor of the Svaldafari. In future delves, you'll be able to return straight here. Yay! You read the second floor, Chris.
The second floor is darker, colder. The Svaldafari's rumbling is louder down here as it drills oil from another world. An open door, but as you approach, it slams shut. The lock clicks.
Let's beat on it.
After hours of effort, you are forced to give up. The bloody door is impassable.
Damn it. Let's go again! Let's go again!
The second floor is darker again. You pass through what seems to have once been a medical room. The beds are still neatly made, though stained yellow by the damp. Scalpels, syringes scattered on the floor. An inexplicable urge. Why not climb into one of those beds and never get out? It would be so clean and easy.
I don't know, will I?
It's no use. You peel back the sheets and cough as the dust rises. Lie down. So clean, so comforting. 3 days later, several members of your crew arrive in a frightened search party. They drag you from the hospital, though you fight them bitterly.
It's fine. I feel better already.
Perhaps we should recover some of our crew that are no longer crew. Make some new.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, we can't hire anybody yet.
No? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Gotta be in the cities.
In a world of OSHA violations, can you, the OSHA inspector, bring order to the world, to the chaos?
Don't look up. Don't look to the side. Its bulging spectral mass grows in every direction you look, as fast as you can look. A translucent spirit stuff expands to fill your vision, no matter where you choose to gaze. You scream at your crew to stare directly at it, not to look anywhere but its center mass, not to try to see where it ends or where it begins, or else it will become so huge it can't be fought. Stare. You glance to one side, hoping to catch a glimpse of the ghost's edge. A fatal mistake. Ectoplasm swells to fill your vision. The kinetipede crumples and screeches as the ghost's claws rake through the hull. Full power to the engines. You surge forward, leg joints wheezing and manage to leave the periphery ghost far behind, but the kinetipede is leaking ugly black smoke and is covered in fresh scars. Yay.
There are a lot of ghosts in the periphery.
Oh my god. Something bubbles up from the floor beneath, lifting your kinetipede into the air, leaving the legs waggling uselessly. A vast mountain of gurgling meat, leaking rivulets of pus, glaring at you with a single bulging eye. The kinetipede starts to sink into greedy, slurpy flesh. Let's try to get out. Oh, dear. Chris, you want to read?
You fire all your guns at once, straight down at the bloat's slurping flesh. It eats the missiles without complaint and gurgles hungrily for more. With no other recourse, you divert full power to the kinetipede's legs and start wadding ever so slowly to freedom. As you sink further into the bloat's swampy mass, acid starts to scorch the metal of your kinetipede. Corrosive vapors waft through the corridors, blistering your crew's skin, stripping flesh from bone. You sink further. Mechanical legs push glaciously through the sucking meat. Finally, with a disgusting plop, you manage to burst free of the bloat's digestive embrace and clatter to the floor. But the damage is done. Your kinetipede limps away, scorched and battered. Everyone is maimed, or bruised, or injured.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a textual hint.
Yeah, they may or may not die in combat. I hope that doesn't happen. No, bad flesh wagon.
It's just been encompassed by the people.
Ooh, want to see a free state? You know how the People's Republic of North Korea, or the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea is very democratic and republic?
The Mushroom Free State. The doorway here is surrounded by barbed wire and mounted machine guns. A bored-looking patchwork man is sitting in a booth, and your entrance makes his heavy-lidded eyes momentarily widen. Papers? He grunts. He seems to be part rhinoceros, part walrus. Lots of horns and tusks and blubber.
Oh. That's expensive. Oh well, we can't get in there yet. Let's go to New Frontier and steal some shit. Look at how they massacred my boy. His text is red now.
I'm sure it's fine.
My boy. My boy! Ugh, water break.
At this point, I am out of both water and eggnog. It is a dark day.
No. Once the city of Key's brightest new satellite colony, once the Chimeric Empire's most triumphant conquest, now new frontiers a shattered, dust-drenched ruin. Let's scavenge like an expert, because I picked the scavenger childhood. Let's crash. Mike could screenshot this for the devs though. Hang on.
Didn't you say the devs were going to be in here tonight?
So he'd be asleep. Not go there. Unless it saved me there, then I can just try it again, huh? It did indeed. Alright, let's try again. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Okay, we'll go somewhere else. Alright, lesson learned. Never try to anything, eh?
Mm-hmm.
You know... Bye. Yeah, let's go to Harlequin. Do you guys like clowns?
Clowns! The clowns
Okay,
like
some
you.
of these fucking pickups are broken. There we go. Not worth it, huh? Warriors from Harlequin, built in the grotesquerie. Their armor is much a part of them as their arms or legs. Decaying clown faces laugh and scream inside the rusting helmets that will never come off. Why are they attacking you? Who knows. In Harlequin, madness is valued more in a warrior than mere bravery. Let's get the fuck out of here.
You could have taken them.
I really can't,
Just because you're completely maimed and broken and battered and bruised.
I couldn't take anything in the starting setup,
Well, that's the other issue.
Hey! I managed to get away from the Cyclopean blow.
Cool, because I don't think we could have survived being doubly maimed. Well, perhaps we could have.
You don't know. No. This game can be a touch janky.
Are there any that can't?
Yay! More friend. Oh, Karen, let's knock it over. Stupid nerds stacking rocks. Also, I overshot my destination. It's fine, though. It's fine. Okay, what is up with the fucking hitboxes all of a sudden? This is not... Bro. But I need those apprehensions. Chris, tell us about Harlequin and then we'll take 5.
A desperate bureaucrat with a tattooed white face greets you at the station. He is backed by a couple of looming thugs, their faces split by unnatural grins that reach below their ears. The thugs are holding slapsticks, heavy truncheons, topped by outstretched rubber band hands. Can I see your papers, please? Asks the little man. No entry, without papers. One of the grooming thugs cracks him across the head with his slapstick. The bureaucrat wheezes and begins to caper and dance. He repeats his question in a sing-song falsetto, blood blossoming on cracked, pale skin.
Yeah. Alright, I'll be right back.
Me too. I need some water. I mean, the Civ 4 mod, Fall from Heaven, I didn't want to screw with the Harlequins in that either. every time you fought them, they would, if they won the battle, they would pick up one of your skills. Which in a game like Fall from Heaven, where every faction has its own unique set of skills, could make them incredibly overpowered very quickly. Especially once they started getting artillery if they beat naval vessels, or flight from beating harpies.
So after beating that guy and making him bleed, he asks, "Can you make us laugh? We have fun here." Is everybody back?
Yep.
Alright, let's get into Harlequin. A city of fools and jesters, but nothing about Harlequin is amusing. Most of the citizens live outside the city walls in vast tent slums, ragged and bright and teeming with disease. Tell us about the violence in the tent slums, Pablo.
Let me get my glasses.
2 ragged men lie bullet-ridden in the gutter, their painted white faces stark against the grime. A third is still clinging to life, trying to light the cigarette between his lips with a twitching empty fist. The lighter lies just out of his reach, half submerged in blood.
I'll fetch a guard. The slash-faced guard nods thoughtfully when you tell him about the dying man. He accompanies you to the scene, but it's too late. The man has died. His head rolled back, his cigarette still dangling from his lower lip. The guard chuckles. "Happens all the time. I'll send someone to pick up the mesh, huh?" As you turn to leave, the guard starts rifling through the dead man's pockets. Let's see, what can we buy and sell to these people? Nothing. The grotesquerie rings with laughter as the humorists work on new patchwork soldiers for the Empire. A terrible fire has roared through the tent slums, killing hundreds. Gangs of thugs and opportunists are prowling the charred aftermath. Chris, let's meet the Painted Queen,
The Pasquinade Palace is a rippling circus tent, enormous and colorful. White-faced citizens crowd the stands, grinning guards patrol the perimeter with slapsticks, giving a solid whack to anyone not laughing. The Painted Queen sits above all on a high chair, sweeping the crowd with heavy-lidded eyes. Occasionally she will crack a smile, revealing filed teeth. Today's performances are unusually bloody, even for Harlequin. A blinded man is forced to fight a pack of dogs. A sad-faced clown capers wildly to avoid arrows shot from the crowd. Discards from the grotesquerie are shuffled out and exhibited: a 7-limbed man, a woman with teeth on her tongue, a boy whose back bristles with needles. When the show is over, the Queen calls for petitioners to come forward.
Sure.
You stand in line. Someone thanks the Queen for all her good works. It's not much of a petition, but earns applause from the crowd. Someone asks that she holds further, grander gains. A third demands she ease the poverty and starvation in the tent slums. He is dragged away by grinning guards. Now it is your turn. Her bored, lizard-like gaze settles on you. She shows you her teeth.
I'll tell him a good joke.
A moment of anxious silence, then a peal of laughter. Ringing laughter from the crowd, real laughter, with no forced manicism. The Queen's cheek spasms, and she, too, chuckles. With that, of course, a wave of palpable relief rolls across the crowd. They burst into giggles. She tosses a bag of gold at your feet and waves you away, wiping tears from her eyes.
Yay! I made things less bad for a few minutes, And really, isn't
Well-
that all you can do?
Gotta have a little bit of light and hope.
Stretch.
the darkness that much deeper. Yep.
Alright, let's go get this key that Sandy promised me. Oh! That's some more familiar scrap, isn't it?
I have no idea what that is. It looks like some sort of boat.
It's a helicopter.
Sideways boat.
It's a helicopter.
The sideways boat.
The crumpled shell of some otherworldly vehicle. It looks a little like the gyropters used in the City of Engines. Inside you find a battered diary, no doubt belonging to the absent pilot. You flick through the faded pages and learn with fascination about a world blanketed by hungry ghouls, with only occasional pockets of human survivors. God damn it, it's a World War Z dimension steal.
But hey, maybe some ghouls might show up. They'd be alive.
Yeah, but they'd be like they'd be zombies.
I'm sure we could train them up into productive working tenant class citizens.
Maybe.
Hey, the oil leak was intentional. Without that leaking oil, everything wouldn't stay lubricated, okay?
Lubricated.
Your name has Bolo in the name. You should know this.
No! Clowns! Oh, okay. Bye. Bye, clowns. Thank you for not eating my skin. Oh. Cornell Bone is dead. Oh yeah, I forgot about Buzzard's Omen. Chris, tell us about Buzzard's Omen in a moment.
Buzzard's Omen, a sticky-floored town built of brick and neon and asbestos. There's a cold damp to the air that sticks in your lungs. There's a patchwork guard at the station, but he waves you along without checking your papers. Everywhere you look, you see the ragged emperor's face staring down from billboards and posters and statues. Murders and debauchery and half-hearted foretellings of doom. The news in Buzzard's Omen is always lurid and shallow.
Neon-soaked doomsayers, the lot of them.
Is it because winged pilots don't realize how close to death they are at every moment of every day? Is there an achievement for selling all of your fuel?
No.
That'd be funny if there was.
That'd be dumb.
An achievement for leaving town with 0 fuel.
You wander down the crooked alleyways of the Omen, neon signs flickering and hissing above your head. You stumble upon a big, black-bearded man lying slumped in the gutter, staring with sullen loathing at the busy bar opposite. He's clutched a half-empty bottle in one hand. You! He croaks, extending a finger toward you. Come here! Come on, I won't bite. The drunk man spits as you approach. Can you believe it? He grumbles, gesturing at the bar across the street. It looks like a pleasant enough place. You can hear roars of laughter and faint piano music. They kicked me out. Me! Boyd's Septuagint, You're a Septuagint? I thought they basically owned this town. Exactly, roars the drunk man, pounding his fist against the chest. But these patchwork fuckers think they're the ones who own the place. Just because they marched in here with their soldiers and made us all bow down to their bastard of an empire. He gestures to the bar. That's their favorite little haunt. All the mutant patchworks come here after the shift is up. This used to be my bar, the place I went. But now I go in there and have a little drink and make a few jokes and I get kicked out. Where is the justice, He rolls a bloodshot eye towards you. Hey, why don't you give me a hand? Help me burn this place to the ground. I'll pay you, How much, 100 guineas. All you need to do is help me pour some kerosene and light it. Then we can shout to warn the people inside to run off. You in? No, huh? Nah, it's okay, says Boyd. I don't want to kill anyone, do I? We'll just raise the alarm just after we light the place. The people inside will all get out, but the bar itself will burn to the ground. Serve 'em right, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna go warn the bar patron. Yeah, that sounds like Boyd, says the bartender. Sure enough, the bar is full of patchwork soldiers. Animal-headed men and women singing and roaring and chugging beer. His dad's always been a fine old gent, and don't tell him I said this, but Boyd ain't right in the head, Nor are any of his brothers, The bartender smiles ruefully. Not much I can do about it, though. He owns half the town. Thanks for warning me, though. I'll be careful tonight, just in case he tries anything. Wouldn't be the first time. He gives you a bottle of foul-smelling brown brew. On the house, he says. Thanks, Yay, I'm a hero. Oh. I guess I should have lit it on fire, huh?
You might get the chance in the future.
How come nobody spoke up? But you just silently let me make an idiot of myself.
Zorg will have his due.
Yeah.
Not darkness no more. It's
Right
Zorg.
now. He'll have it right now. Oh. You wander down the crooked alleys of the Omen, neon signs flickering and hissing above your head. You know what? I'm gonna keep loading until I can burn down the fucking thing. You guys want fire, you're gonna get fire, goddammit. Hey. Toss of the coin, could go either way. You head into a quiet alley behind the bar and help Boyd spread kerosene. Chuckling, he attempts to light a match, but his hands are far too shaky. You take it from him, light it, and drop it in the pool of fuel. A whoosh as it catches light, burning fiercer and faster than you imagined. In moments, the roof is caught. Smoke churns into the air. Boyd is laughing.
Oh, so pretty. Pretty.
They are patchwork soldiers, and I don't like them very much.
Let them burn.
You stand outside the bar with Boyd, watching the flames flicker in the smoke royal. A spellbinding sight. Inside, you can hear the screams. Boyd turns slightly green. Oh shit, he mutters, grabbing your arm. Oh no, we forgot to warn them. What did we do? One of the patchwork soldiers comes charging, screaming out of the bar. A pillar of half-human fire. He collapses at your feet, a blackened corpse spinning and crackling down the middle. Boyd promptly vomits all over himself and runs down the street, sobbing. And why did I not get my money,
Oh, you have blackmail on Boyd.
I don't know how to make Willowpan happy, so we gotta be careful about that. Yeah, I made the god of partying mad at me. That was a mistake. I see that now. You guys are monsters.
That's why you just should have whispered to Boyd as he said, "What? Oh, we forgot to warn him." You should have whispered to him, "I didn't forget."
Wow. You guys are something special, you know that?
Everything is better off this way. The light of Zor touches all, purifies all.
I've almost reached the edge of the unlocked house.
I'm sure if you go hard enough, you can get through the door, right?
Or you can get a key, I guess. Ooh, these guys don't care about me. Ew, it's so squishy. Grumpy patchwork soldiers squirm past in their biomechanical flesh wagon. They offer you a surly greeting on the radio, probably nursing a hangover. Alright, bye.
You're on the wrong way. You're on the right way.
Now.
Toot 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 toot.
Oh, what did you find? Oh my god, what a fucking bitch.
She found it. The thing we're looking for that's on the map just over here, it's over there. Found out by looking at our map. Shimmer. Is this where all the dwarves went?
It might be Keimer.
Timer. Yeah.
You're not taking my Fargyle whiskey, god damn it? Are you kidding me? An ancient maze of weaving stone walls and copper statues and ziggurats. Great bronze bells toll the hour every hour. Deep in the center of the labyrinth city, the ragged emperor rules from a sprawling complex of gardens and mansions. Let's get noise in case, or get news in case they don't want us here very long. Keimer fights bitterly against the patchwork men who currently occupy it, but it seems to tolerate your presence. You have to deck a swinging blade and leap over a surprising pit of spikes, but otherwise you're allowed to meander in peace. The stone faces of the walls mutter as you pass. They offer to tell you what they know in exchange for a secret of your own, which I do not have.
I don't know. You burned down a bar full of men with the one of the emperor's sons. Or that's a pretty terrible secret.
Oh, that wasn't the emperor's son.
Okay, governor's son. A governor's son.
Just a rich dude. Pablo.
Oh no, the Keimer. Did we just achieve Shim? As you walk through the court, you are surrounded by opulence, marble statues, clear blue fountains, glittering lights. A butler serves drinks from his hallowed skeleton of a dragon. The spectacle is marred only by the patchwork nobility themselves. A narwhal-headed man is in a bellowing argument with a six-limbed deer woman on whether a baron outranks a duchess. A crab-shaped earl scuttles past, snatching a knape from your hand and gobbling it down without gratitude. The emperor is nowhere to be seen.
Oh well, let's mingle with them. You circulate, listening in on conversations that are really none of your business. The nobility of Keimer are obsessing over run-of-the-mill intrigues, forbidden affairs, blackmails, and counter-blackmails, the occasional conspiracy. Oh well. Chris, you ready for some Sandy nonsense?
I am indeed.
This way to the key, says Sandy, dashing away.
She insists you come alone. She leads you down side streets and alleys, past whispering stone faces, beneath toiling bronze bells, round and round, past the same landmarks again and again. Finally, you end up outside the ragged emperor's court. Ah, Miss Brackett, says the patchwork god. He has the head of an elephant and 4 gorilla arms. You are just in time for the banquet. Is this your +1? She grabs your arm and smiles at you fondly. Oh yes, she says, before you can open your mouth. Come along, beloved.
Yeah.
The tables are hundreds of feet long, draped in fine white silks, clustered with golden plates and silver cutlery and dripping red candles. The cuisine is from Gandola and Kalaram and Carapas, mountains of glistening fruit, fountains of chocolate and wine. Patchwork generals and dignitaries sit at the tables, shoveling food down their partially human gullets. Patchwork dancers gyrate on the tables, repulsive and alluring. I told that I'd make it up to you, says Sandy. A meal for a meal. Free food, at the Emperor's expense. You asked about the key, and she shrugs. Maybe we will find a key. I don't know. No, come along and enjoy the grub. It's on me.
Sure.
Sandy grabs your hand and walks through the banquet hall. She keeps walking and walking until you reach where the ragged emperor himself sits. Tattered and stinking, he gazes down at you with mad, gimlet eyes. Sandy climbs the steps and sits right down next to him. He slurps at his cabbage soup messily, not acknowledging her. Asking questions in the Emperor's presence would be a bad idea, so instead you feast on everything that's put in front of you. Towers of creamy mashed potato, steaks so tender they dissolve on your tongue, green and red ice cream sculpted to look like swans in flight. Finally, the Emperor looks up from his gluttonous soup and scowls in your direction. So how do you know Sandy?
We banging, huh?
The Emperor grunts, his eyes flickering away from you and finishes. Sandy, come with me. Let's have a talk. Alone. He stands up. He's so hunched that that barely standing improves his height at all, and shuffles into the shadows behind his throne. Sandy glances at you, looking a little scared, and follows him. One of the patchwork sits heavily beside you, Patchwork General, his broad chest glimmering with medals. He would look like some kind of respectable Styvian army officer seen at high society drinks, if not for his iguana head and serpentine arm. You and your red-headed friend may have the Emperor fooled, he hisses, but I know better. She's no governor's man, and she's not willing to defect either. I can't believe the Emperor is actually countenancing this rubbish.
Is he questioning the Emperor's judgment? Maybe I should fetch the Emperor so the General can raise his concerns in person, huh?
The iguana head, the soldier blanches. No, I'm not questioning the Emperor. I'm just trying to protect him. He stands up, metals jingling softly on his chest. The Emperor is normally so careful of spies, so suspicious of his closest generals. Yet he trusts strangers when it makes the least sense. I just wish I could understand why.
Yeah, go back to eat, you iguana-headed loser.
The iguana-headed general sits back down, staring at you with a transparent desire to see you swing from a gallows. It's not long before the Ragged Emperor and Sandy return from their secret conversation. The Emperor stands behind you, presses gnarled old fingers on your shoulder. You can smell the cabbage in his breath. Sandy tells me you are quite an accomplished agent. Is this true?
Yeah.
The Emperor squeezes your shoulder. There's iron strength there. We will bring down the perfidious governor tonight, you and I, and quell the troublemakers with the Man Empire. The hands squeeze harder still, then release. You can feel your skin bruising. From now on, he says, come to my palace to receive your assignments. You will be generously rewarded. He sits and resumes slurping his cabbage soup silently. Wait, what? How do you slurp silently? As an hour later, the feast ends. The Emperor stands. They return to his bedchambers, and instantly the patchworks around you fall over themselves to start tidying up.
Yay.
What larks, eh? Says Sandy cheerfully, fixing up her hair. The Emperor is such a generous fellow. I'm his secret daughter, you know. Him and the Lady of Blades had an affair, and I was the result. By the way, I stole their spoons.
Yeah, she hands me a bundle of silver cutlery worth 300.
An ancient maze of weaving stone walls and copper statues and ziggurats. Bright bronze bells told the hour every hour.
Let's go on a secret mission, Chris.
The Emperor waves you irritably into his throne room. The walls are covered in enormous and lurid depictions of nudity, and dangling from the ceiling above is a glimmering chandelier the size of a grand piano. The Emperor himself sits completely naked, marinating in a tin bath filled with unpleasant-looking but thankfully opaque green liquid. You're the only one around here I can trust, says the Emperor, scowling balefully. Why don't you go to a Panachak and check up on Mayor Feverbeard? He hasn't been paying his taxes. Damned him. And the last few agents I sent have disappeared.
I'll go buy more fuel.
The Emperor nods absently. Good. He sinks down further in his bath. Go away. You return to find an anonymous note pinned to the side of the Kinetipede. Urgent attention, Kin Noot, it reads. The Emperor is madder by the day. Empire is now very unstable, but till too able to collapse. This must change. Encourage rebellion where you find it. Sow its seeds where you don't. This rotten empire needs to fall if any of us are to be saved. You'll be rewarded. Signed, a cog in a broken machine.
You screwed up before anyone can see.
You should have sold all the side dishes of corn. Sold all the corn.
No.
How late do you want to go tonight, Newt?
We'll probably stop at the hour if that's okay with both of you.
That works for me.
I might
My-
leave here, my old buddy. I'm getting kind of tired.
All right.
Yeah, I can push another half hour, but after that, my eyelids are
Yeah.
they're getting kind of heavy. I'm not getting enough exercise now that it's winter, and that just makes me sleep longer for some reason.
You could also use some more lighting in your house.
No, I got lots of lighting in my place.
Oh, geez, Pablo just just fucking deked out.
Down. Yeah. No, I've got a greenhouse in my room. I've got lots of lighting in here. 300 or so watts of LEDs.
What did I just crash into?
I just don't worry about it, fam. Just don't worry about it. The door might have been shut. It's open now. It's fine. It's fine. Sure, it's fine. I suggest not crashing into whatever that was again.
Fine. Why am I going north? There's nothing north.
There might be the edge of the world. And generally, this is the truth that I stick to in the real world. If I don't know which direction to go, I go north. Because like 1 time out of 4, it's the right direction to go.
Oh, I might have enough bottled darkness to actually take some. Let's talk to Sandy about what happened.
You realize that Sandy is hunched over a padlock, attempting to pick it with a hairpin. It snaps off in her hand and she grins at you. What larks? She says. What an adventure. The best part is there'll be no consequences whatsoever.
Okay.
You know, thank you, Duslo. That is a... I really appreciate that.
Aw.
One of the streamers that I used to listen to is Ambiguous Amphibian, and
He's fun.
he's got the same kind of vibe, and I'm glad to be in that kind of level of speaking.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Pretzels. Ooh. Salt and hard bread.
Helicopter. Mine. Oh. Flecks of rust spiral into the darkness as you pull the twisted door from its hinges. Inside the cockpit, you find the gnawed bones in a tattered flight suit. Crouching over them is a hideous creature, feathered and tentacles with the head of a predatory horse. It's starved almost to death. Loose skin hangs over jutting ribs. Perhaps this was a pet, or perhaps this is what killed the pilot. Either way, it's too weak to resist as it's brought aboard the kinetipede. Nice, huh?
You didn't want to keep the carnivorous horse as a pet?
Yeah, we have it. It's just listed as a dangerous beast. I don't think we're gonna waste any time here. Oh, now I gotta go north. Fuck off.
Well, if only you hadn't gotten lost, it would have been fine.
Shut up.
Just blame your navigator, it's fine.
Get looped, huh?
WBPL, woo woo! How's it go? We're doing pretty good, Sarge. How about yourself? More of the sarging, less of the arging?
Arg. Ooh, whispered promises on the wind. I'll take 5, huh?
That's right, Sarge. Every day is a new day. Keeping on, keeping on.
Oh my god.
Oink! Brrr. Oink! Great.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I feel those hitboxes in particular are off.
Yeah, you don't say. Blimpy boy. The gloomy toll of an enormous bell, the waft of incense on the breeze, a dirigible perilously bedecked with candles. These must be the priest of the gods forsaken, the left behind gods. This particular dirigible is patched and tattered affair. Perhaps the rumors are true. Perhaps priests of the forsaken really are cursed. Either way, let's trade maps with them. You relay the latest news, and through the radio you hear them murmur in consternation. After a moment to collect themselves, they thank you profusely and send one of their crew to compare maps with yours. The Cathedral of Stolen Gods is marked on your map, below a crudely drawn skull and crossbones. You dutifully copy it over. Let's not go there.
I mean, it seems like a pretty safe place.
Dang, they're pretty far off.
I'm sure the Temple of Forgotten Gods is fine.
You're greeted by a forest of rotting corpses. Let's examine the corpses more closely. The scratch writing in the signs is tiny and illegible. You have to get closer than you'd like. A small town with a big heart, says the first sign attached to the corpse. The second says, nothing wrong with being friendly. Welcome to Panachek, says the third. Make your way to Panachek. Well, that clears
small
that
town
up.
vibe.
With a big heart. Oh, why can't I save?
Ground-based is not entirely wrong, not entirely right either. It's more, house-based. I'd call it house-based. You're in a bunch of rooms in a very, very, very big house.
You throw the bits of rusty metal together as best you can, and the other villagers do the same. Mayor Feverbeard declares all the participants... Jesus, all the participants victors. The villagers congratulate you shyly. A foreigner doing well as well as Panachek natives, they declare, is a very difficult task and something you should be proud of.
Honestly, Sarge, from what I've seen of this game and what I've seen of Sunlit Seas, I like this game significantly more. The mayor...
Yeah, you, please.
The mayor greets you in rust-stinking, puddle-floored warehouse. He sits on one of the wooden barrels, legs crossed. Even for a patchwork man, he is huge, with a lobster claw at the end of one arm. His beard is an explosion of porcupine spikes. Strangest of all, though, are his eyes. One is human and mirthful, the other is an empty hollow, and deep within its recesses you've seen two smaller eyes glaring. I paid the previous tax collector, says Mayor Feverbeer, smiling, and the one before that. It's not my fault if they keep going missing on their way back.
I'm not here to collect the tax. In fact, if the mayor wants me to lie to the Emperor on his behalf, I can do so.
Feverbeard scratches his chin with a ponderous claw. Now why should I believe that, he asks. This could be entrapment. Or are you just trying to save your hide?
Come on, he knows me,
Mayor Feverbeard grunts. You've been a friend to Panichek. I believe you. He drapes his scabbed, craggy lobster crow over your shoulder. My secret is that I love it here, chum. I love Panichek, and I was born to be its leader. I can't answer to some distant tyrant, but I can't risk a direct conflict with the Empire either, so I'll just quietly do my own thing, telling the Emperor I was fully cooperative and I would have paid my taxes. Before you were confirmed to the Connecticut, he takes you on a tour of Panichek, greeting every citizen by name and recounting the history of each hovel with immense affection. When you leave, he insists you take his gifts of wine and booze.
See, this is a nice place. I mean, I guess I don't agree with desecrating the corpses, but they're not actually killing people. They're just like, oh, let's decorate these corpses. Let's go into the Svedal Ferry.
Head deeper, head deeper. And then you lean against the wall, head pounding. The world around you is changing. Visions of the world on fire, mile-high pillars of flame and smoke, gleaming steel and glass cities burning. And then you're back.
Deeper.
A melancholy song echoes from below. Wispish flames dance across the ceiling. You stand and watch for hours, entranced. Far down the corridor, you see a dark figure step between shadows. The floor is covered in oil, a rainbow slick that extends as far down the corridor as you could see.
Uh-oh.
You skid uncertainly down a corridor, but you don't lose your footing. Finally, another hatch. You crank the wheel and descend. The corridor below is flooded with freezing, ankle-deep water.
Yay.
The morning song starts up again, louder and echoing. You step over discarded tools and try to ignore the images scratched on the metal walls of distraught faces, flames, dismembered corpses. You lean against the wall, head pounding. The world around you is changing. Visions of a world on
I've already
fire.
seen that one.
Yeah. Your breath comes in bursts of fog. You pass through what seems to have once been a medical room. An inexplicable urge. Why not lie down in one of those beds? Have a
Sure,
nap.
I'd love to go for a nap, Oh.
You shake your head. A small gesture, but it breaks the spell. You turn away from the bed. Iron staircase leads up and out of the freezing water. Your footsteps ring in a sudden, anticipatory silence. This must have been one of the mess halls. Plates, cards, tobacco pipes rest under a thick layer of cobweb. An icy hand grips your shoulder. When you turn, you see no one. At the top of the stairs, you see a door marked Drilling Operations. It yawns open at your approach. You have explored all of this dungeon. The ghost waits inside, or something like a ghost. One of the magic pictures they sell in Skin Castle Square. Different angles reveal different aspects. From one angle, it is a skeletally gaunt woman who looks drowned in oil, a black, slick chemical draping her like a shroud. You tilt your head, and suddenly it is a squat man built of rusted girders, with a pair of dazzling searchlights for eyes. I am the Savardifari, says the manifestation of the voice like creaking iron. It extends a dripping, rusted hand. Help me.
What do you want?
Stop the drilling, says the iron ghost. Please, my old world is drying. Their oil is almost gone.
Without oil, Panichak would be ruined.
The village contains less than 600 souls, says the ghost, its joints creaking ominously. Millions die on my world every day.
How do I stop the drilling?
The control panel here, the oil ghost gestures. I cannot operate it myself, but you can. Stop the drilling.
I gotta do an exorcism,
Draw a circle and salt, light a candle, prick your finger. It is a ritual as old as time. The Savardifari shrieks in outrage, eyes blazing with a bright white light, mouth yawning like an open well. Your circle protects you. You chant words of calming and banishment. The Svartafari shudders beneath your feet as the ghost is cleansed. Oil bursts from the walls. Metal screams. You do not falter. At last, it is done. The restless soul of the Svartafari subsides back into iron, spitting and wailing. It will be years before it can manifest once more.
I'm a monster.
Don't worry, that world was dead anyways.
It sounds like it, actually.
They could have stopped pumping their own oil. You're just preventing them from wrecking their environment further. Mayor Feverbeard parts the cheering crowd and announces you as an official friend of Panachak. He drops a bag of guineas at your feet. Great gouts of oil are sprayed in celebration. They drink it by the bucketful. The normally shy Panachak villagers dance in Svartafari's shadow and promise to tell you stories of your prowess for years to come. The party lasts through the night. Next morning, they present you with a monument to your heroism, a scrap metal figurehead built in your likeness overnight. They did their best.
The figurehead is unflattering, eh?
Forests of friendly corpses greet the newcomer. Beyond that, brown-yellow mists swirl around the legs of creaking iron edifice. Tall enough to scrape the ceiling, huts of salvaged metal nestle in its shadow. But hey, we can sleep for free.
But hey, we can buy fuel at a good price.
You can sell it at a worse price.
I know.
Hey, you could sell one of your fuels and then buy one, and you'd end up with no money.
Yeah, the price of fuel would have skyrocketed if I'd done that. I feel like that's obvious, though.
Hey, every game can be Star Sector if you believe. If you believe.
Let's go for a tour of the mice in a free state. I think they'll let me in now.
Is there any danger to holding so much oil on board?
Probably not. Tell us about the occult scavenger.
Patchwork men and women sent by the Emperor to comb the house for items of occult power. They have been out here for who knows how long, punched and moth-picked, gnawed and twisted by constant exposure to darkness. Even their flesh wagon is scarred and wheezing. But their deformities are almost hidden under their bizarre assemblage of occult gear, flashing goggles, masks, shimmering coats. The occult energy around them sends a sharp pain through the roots of your teeth.
Okay, bye-bye.
Looking upon them makes you feel like you've just started chewing a wad of tinfoil, but now you must swallow.
My teeth. How did you do that?
It's one of the worst ones like that, yeah.
I can feel it. Can everybody else feel it? Sounds like Silicone Soul feels it.
I apologize, Silicon Soul.
Alright, now we can give him papers,
We are clearing the fungi to provide these Manakane with a civilized housing, says Tremalea, appearing at your shoulder. Ahead you can see the Emperor's statue, a monument to free state industry.
Of course, News.
The Manakane have proven highly efficient, effective workers, says Tremalea. They are eager to prove their devotion to the Emperor, she says. They view him as a father, she says.
Oh, I buy it. Do you buy it? Let's go on a guided. Let's go on a guided tour. You know how North Korea only lets you tour very specific places with a tour guide present.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. But she's telling you, so obviously it's true.
Yeah, let's go for a tour.
She shows you all the wonderful ways we keep the Maikane happy and safe. You trap past her, past the stumps of felled traipse past her, past the stumps of felled mushrooms to a typical Mainake household built of brick and mortar. The Mainake inside seem perfectly content, if a little quiet. They have scars on their backs. She shows you, at a distance, the line of happy workers on the way to a productive day toiling on the statue of their leader and liberator. She hurries you away when one of the distant figures falls over and a patchwork shoulder starts whipping it. Shall we continue the tour? She says brightly. Next up, the butter farms.
Let's see if it'll let me sneak away.
Mushroom milk.
Success is unlikely.
The guards catch up to you in a matter of moments, and you feel a rifle pressed into the small of your back as you are led back to Tremelia's side. She pretends she hasn't noticed what happened. Well, shall we continue the tour? She asks brightly. Next up, the butter farms.
Okay.
All our butter is ethically sourced from willing Minocate donors, Tremelia says cheerily. She takes you to a warehouse filled with jars of a strange yellowy brown paste. You recognize it suddenly. A street drug. Witch's butter. It's harvested from Minocate brain stems and can only be taken from a corpse. It's the Emperor's favorite, says Tremelia. Witch's butter is a natural pick-me-up and remedy. Can I interest you in a free sample before you leave?
Hell yeah, drugs. I don't care what they are. I'll take them.
Excellent! Tremelia hands you a jar. Just a little dab of this in the tongue will have you bouncing off the walls and seeing things that aren't even there.
Whoa.
All it took was someone's brain. Damn. It grows back. Here.
I can capture my mice in a passenger and sell him here. By the way, I'm not going to, but I could.
Ah.
See? They picked the wrong kinetipede.
He's wondering why have we come here again. I don't want this here.
Nice. Yeah, let's go back to the Ragged Emperor and then we can finish the stream. And I will let Modder know about that crash.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, new friends.
Can you make brainstem butter out of your Minocate passenger?
That's a good fucking question. I don't know.
He was like, yeah, no, don't mind me. I'm selling your brainstem to the Emperor. You'll be fine, or at least your corpse will be fine. We just need to temporarily take that out.
The
beast
beast
is loose.
flapping,
roaring.
Yeah, go ahead.
It careers through the corridors, Faye Powell limply hanging from its horn. Oh, the teeth, the eyes, the stench. The stench in particular.
I want that thing alive, huh?
Spears and nets and sulfuric darts. Catching a beast such as this requires esoteric tools. When the beast is finally snared and dozing, the crew bundle it back into its cage, grumbling that your dead guard deserved a bloodier vengeance.
The memorial will be held in the kitchen at the usual time.
7 a.m., so it doesn't interfere with the 8 a.m. shift change.
Yep. Have a good one, Sarge.
Wonder how many crew are on board. We will, Surge.
Nah.
They've just been alone for a little too while. Maybe your pieces.
They want my skin.
It's not just your skin, it's also your heart and your brain. And maybe most of your eyes.
I failed. Who put that house there? Oh, right, the house.
The House of Houses.
Yo, we heard you like houses, so we put a house inside your house.
Yep. So who made this house?
We're gonna find
Why
that
did
out.
they? It's artificial. It's obviously artificial. And it's not even artificial, like in an organic way either. Like the back rooms.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a house that loves stealing. You ever thought of that? No, because you only think of yourself.
Well, that was rude. No. Boink! You made them disappear
Yeah.
magically. We can't even get a chance to leave.
How much blinding hooch do I have? Oh, just the one. They can have it. Man, I don't know what to tell you. He paid his taxes, man. Feverbeard, loyal? I don't believe it, says the Emperor, his back soaking in his green bath, and he scratches the white curls on his sagging chest as he talks to you. The man was always a treacherous fool. Bah, I can't trust you to do anything right. By the way, I have another task for you, before you can leave. My own city is turning against me. The faces in the walls, the twisting streets, a dozen patchwork soldiers vanish a week or are killed by traps. I need you to convince the city to stop killing my men. He waves you away, dismissing the end, blah blah blah.
Well, I'm thinking this is a good spot to stop it before we, get into the next expedition.
I actually have the exact right spot to end it on if you will indulge me.
Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it. You know this game way better than I do.
We dream of trees again,
We lost 50 apprehension.
Chris.
A blue sky blazes above, unfathomable, endless. You are back in the orchard. For
Persephone.
Thank you. Persephone hangs from her cage of spears. When she sees you, her eyes gleam. The more you see, the more you write, the further your mind opens to me, she says. Many have come to me in a dream, but few gather enough fragments to return.
There were others?
Do you think you were the first to dream of escaping the house? Asks Persephone. Others have promised to find me and free me, but death caught them first.
Who killed you?
I was betrayed, says Persephone, killed by those I thought my friends. We came here too. Her voice dies in her throat. Blisters swell and burst on her lips. Fresh blood runs down her chin. We came here in order to commit a crime. I am afraid I'm forbidden to speak any more of it.
I've never seen a place like this inside the house. There's nothing but blue overhead, no ceiling at all. It's enough to make you giddy.
We are in the orchard, she says, the golden garden outside the house. How does it feel to be under an open sky?
Liberating.
She smiles. Keep walking in that direction, and you will stumble upon the house. She points, maneuvering her arm past the spears in some difficulty. It's smaller on the outside.
You can help me escape the house?
Out here in the orchard, the house finally loses its grip on you, she says. From here you can travel to any other world. All the infinite multiverse at your fingertips. The fruits of the trees are glowing brighter now. You can see no longer look directly at Persephone. She's just a dim silhouette, surrounded by a furious halo.
I don't trust you.
I did not ask for your trust, she says. I only ask for your help. She bows her head. The orchard buzzes with crickets and bird song.
Fine, I'll help you.
Thank you, Kent Noot, but you are waking up and our time is running out. Your first task must be to find the door which leads into the orchard. To do that you must. The glimmering fruits are incandescent now. The rest of her sentence is lost as a haze of golden light overtakes you. When you wake, you are still blinking away the red spots. You close your eyes and snatch at vague leftover images from your dream. Spears, shining fruits, a rotting face. But you can't reach the orchard again. Not yet.
Alright. Don't steal my booze, you bastard, son. Alright, thanks for indulging me. We're gonna end it there.
All you out in Chatland, have a great evening, and thanks for tuning into our stream.
Yes, indeed.
Have a gooder. Bye-bye.
Yeah, have a good night.